Kendrick as a god. Kendrick as a god. Who does Kendrick Lamar K dot represent? Who does K dot Kendrick Lamar represent? What's the deal, family? What's the word? Dreamwise here for another one. Yes, sir. Hey, I wanted to play something before we get started on this topic. The god Hashi Sanjo. I just seen the video and I was like, oh god, that nigga really did take off on this beat. God damn. So let me play it for y'all because, oh boy, when you see genius creativity like this, you gotta represent and show love for this shit. It's called Barbarian Barry. Check this out.
It's the grind. Jai here, by the way. If I'm keeping it being, I'm probably the only nigga from New Orleans who would genuinely embrace Texas culture. It's that boy hot shot and master flying lotus. Mouth full of gold, but I'ma still run for POTUS. I'ma donate these to Palestine, I'm fully focused. Then I'ma cop invisible sets and call them hocus pocus. They can't fuck with me, man, boy, I do this. I'ma swing and hit the drive-thru at Root Chris. Don't give two shits, I'm really about my paper. 96 Apollo, finna spread 9 later. Just had a conference call with Betty Crocker, got my cake up. And you can blame me for getting Bryony on the Lakers. Get my daughter right and hit Johnny for her braces. My Philly niggas hit me for her assalamu alaikum. Flight from Croatia, to tell him the king landed. Spitting that hot fire, I'm a Targaryen dragon. Barbarian Barry, hotter than Picante. Punch like Javante, but wilder than Deontay. Just take Giannis, you know I'm about my bucks. Just hit up Mr. Price for my daughter's Cybertruck. Boys out of luck, we breaking boys' rain. Send my crown Vic to Dubai for a oil change. Always keep it gutter, but friendly with the bitches. That boy got cool with Dory, he was swimming with the fishes.
Hey.
I'm really with the business. They acting like they knew me. I'm getting too much chicken, nigga. Williams trying to sue me. Oh God, man, hold up, bitch ass, nigga.
Hold up, bitch ass nigga. Hashi Sanjo. Hashi Sanjo. The guy took off on TikTok, and like I was telling y'all boys, if you got that shit, if you got that work, go to TikTok, put a mic up, and just start freestyling over old beats. That nigga absolutely murdered that beat. Yeah, damn. What's the deal, family? What's the word? Yes, sir. Kendrick as a god. So we're going to talk about it because this is an important topic to understand who you are seeing in live effect. Now, this idea came to me, or this topic kind of manifested in my lap when I was watching the Super Bowl and watching the halftime show. Because I was trying to read his jacket the whole time. I'm like, what is this nigga's jacket saying? I didn't even know if it was saying Glorilla, Gorilla, Glow, and then, you know, Gloria, obviously, which is saying now. And I was just stumped because you couldn't see the G for the longest. And I didn't know if it was more letters to it or whatever. Nonetheless, we found out that it says Gloria. And Gloria is essentially a song that he has on his GNX album that was a code. It was a spiritual ode to a channels, if you will, right? So I'm gonna play some of that song right now so we can dive deep into the decode of what he's actually talking about in this Gloria album. And then we're going to figure out what kind of God he represents. Y'all check this out. Let's see. Hashi Sanjo. Barbarian Barry. Hey, y'all got that boy bugged up. And this song also came with SZA, right? So, yeah, let's try this one. You know, he put the Spanish in the code, so the Spanish is there. You feel me? The Spanish. This is actually a perfect song for both of them because, you know, you hear Kendrick speaking about a certain thing, which we all felt at first when we heard the beginning of it. And then he just takes off at the end and reveals what he's actually talking about, which I'm about to share with y'all right now. But both of them, when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, this song makes sense for it to be the last song on the GNX album. And then a coded Easter eggs, if you will, message to something we all have inside of us, right? We just have to tune into that part of us that needs to express it. Here we go. Let me finish it real quick. I didn't mean to stop Scissor like that, but she came on that bitch too fly. Gloria. Damn, hold on. Let me. I should have drunk my tea today. Gloria. She came on that shit. Bye. My bitch be my pen. Chaos in the blood, baby. So yeah, Gloria, this song at the last song on his GNX album is about his pen, his penmanship. And you know, there's a big idea in this world where we understand that what you put down in writing is actually what you put down from the spirit realm, which is the fourth dimension, is actually, it can actually come into this third dimension if you put it down, because you're bringing it to life essentially. So when you see the Lovecraft stories, all these movies and books and all of that stuff, that's how you create entities or deities, which I'm about to tell y'all who Kendrick is right now. So you want to think about writing as a way to bring or manifest things down here in this third dimension. And you want to be intentional about your writing, and you want to be clear, right? And Kendrick saying his pen, he just sung a whole ode to his pen, saving him as a kid. You feel me? Not playing video games, really putting down his work, just in the penmanship. When I was a kid, I was really into creative writing. I should have been a writer or like a movie director, you feel me, or something like in that nature, because I really loved that opportunity when our teacher said, all right, now take out your books, 20 minutes of what she called it, free writing, creative writing. And you know, all my niggas, oh, you know exactly what I did. Hey, I was there. You know, you can't show your niggas that, you know what I'm saying, you like to write and shit. I'm in the class like, damn. Yes. I didn't want to talk to these goofy ass niggas anyway. You feel me? So I was happy to take out my pen. But my pencil, I was like, for shit, you giving me what? And then, see, this how the mind really work. That's why schools need to get back to that. I don't know if schools is even doing that, which is a travesty to the world. A travesty to the world. The teacher will put, she might like say, set the scene. You feel me? She might say, talk about a trip you want to go on in the summer, or write about an animal that you know, want to inspire to be, or some shit like that. You feel me? Yeah, nigga, you what? My mind just worked that way, baby. I was in it. You feel me? I see my partners there. They sitting there stuck in a bitch, looking crazy. I'm gone. I'm riding. You feel me? I was in that thing going in. Then when she said, all right, time's up, I'll be like, damn. Them niggas will be just waking up like, oh shit. They don't have nothing. They got 2 sentences on the paper. Meanwhile, I had a whole page. You feel me? I was in love with writing, boy. And shit. You watch how this story unfolds. Nigga will be writing a movie soon. Somebody get in contact with Misha Green. You feel me? Shit, it'll go down for real. So yeah, that free writing was important, and it is important practice for you to still practice today, because that chaos writing is the potential you have inside of you. You can bring forth manifestations by putting stuff on paper. You're bringing it from the fourth dimension, right? The Yogg-Sothoth, the fourth dimension to the third dimension. Look, that Lovecraft made a whole spin-off of books where people just take his writings and create them into gods, all them monsters. You feel me? Which is in Panic book. And again, Panic was definitely a gift to us, because nobody ain't never wrote it like Panic, the gods, the Yogg-Sothoth, the Lovecraft country, right? Ever. And I was just saying, I read some Lovecraft shit and I was like, all right, Panic just making it make sense. And it's mainly because he just is interpreting it nigga style, you feel me? Which is the genius in his work, right? Cthulhu. So y'all know Cthulhu in the Lovecraft mythos is the main god, is the one that's the most popular and the more cherished one. And that's the god that people kind of spin off of into different series and stories to create their own story and their own narrative in it, right? So this white man named Lovecraft channeled gods and then the whole world, or the whole, let's say, I don't want to just put it to a particular race, but it's mainly white boys just doing the occult sciences of these particular gods, put it down on pen and made their own story. So that's the same thing with this damn book, Encyclopedia of Spirits. So if you believe there's one, and I'm gonna read some of this when we get to the god Kendrick is. If you believe that there's just one mythology that was ever told, then you got a lot of work to do and a lot of understanding to get to understand that all of these stories are just energy signatures expressing themselves. Hell, we're a big ass story. Somebody's gonna write about us one day, and that story is going to explain or express an energy that Dreamwise had, that Brother Panic had, that Will had. You feel me? That Titus had. You feel me? Made by Chakras had. Gotti 77 had. 777 had. You feel me? So you got to know what energy signature you represent in this particular incarnation that you're in, because that's very important to understand your adventure down here. Everybody has an energy signature that they reside with. And this book right here is just a clue or keys to you unlocking your power. So for instance, let's just use the basic one, Lakshmi, right? You see, I got Shiva on my shirt and shit. You feel me? But let's just use Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is known as prosperity, wealth, abundance, all of that, right? The Hindu goddess, Lakshmi. So now, if you kind of always represented that specific energy where, you know, you're like a beautiful goddess sage who always just got what you just always attracted good things to her, right? And you just know that. You just like, damn, what the fuck? Why am I attracted? You know, right? Then you can use Lakshmi as your archetypical energy and then do the things that Lakshmi do to magnify your attraction. So for instance, with Lakshmi, to magnify her attraction, all she had to do was eat candy, because candy symbolically represents the sweetness in life. You feel me? So then if you're eating candy, you're representing a specific symbol that's an energy stream with the candy that's just representing the sweet stuff in life. You feel me? The goodness in life. And Valentine's Day is around the corner, baby. So y'all better get y'all goddess some candy. So she can fall into that abundant state. You feel me? And that's real. And then you see why Panic used to eat candy all the time. He wasn't telling y'all that, but that's what it was. Because the symbolic representation of candy just means the sweetness, the goodness in life, right? So when they say feed Lakshmi candy, you're Lakshmi, so you're feeding yourself Lakshmi. So if you need to get your prosperity up, you need to find the candy that you enjoy and eat that on a daily or every other day. Or then obviously, you know, put up a Lakshmi altar, get you a Lakshmi statue or a Lakshmi picture, right? And make a shrine with Lakshmi and all that good stuff. But then to go even a step further, just use the symbol of candy as a representation to feed your Lakshmi inside of you. So I want to encourage the family. This book right here, Encyclopedia of Spirits, Judika Ilks, right, is a very powerful book for you to have so you can actually invoke certain energies and turn on these light bulbs in your subconscious mind. Because remember, you're doing stuff haphazardly. It's an autonomic nervous system that you're moving with, you feel me? Or the lack of movement. So you either have motion or you don't have motion based off of the light bulbs are not going off inside of you. Remember, all of this is about energy. So if you're energy first, think about yourself as just a big wave of energy spinning, right? That's all that's going to transition when you die into the quantum realm. So this physical body is going to drop, but your energy is still going to be in the spirit realm, if you will. And that's where you come back as a baby brain or whatever in a baby brain, or you move on to other places and states, you feel me, states of being. So I want to encourage the family, like that was a big shift for me when I just started to really push the idea that, okay, this physical body is one thing, but I'm actually energy first. And if I manipulate my energy first, then I can manipulate my world because I won't have to think about it. I'll just be it. You feel me? So very important to understand to the core so we can get down with the get down and move into a space of God. So when he was wearing this Gloria jacket, I'm like, okay, what is Gloria? And then I said, oh yeah, that's the last song. Okay, cool. So then he's just expressing himself as a creative being. You feel me? Because essentially the Gloria song was about him being creative, a creator, right? And when you're writing, you're in creative mode. You feel me? His whole swag, his whole outfit, I could actually decode. Obviously, you know, the small A was the A minor, right? He really came for Drake on that bitch. I mean, some people said it was something else, but you know, it's just too clear cut and dry. Like, nigga, I just want y'all to recognize this as a symbol. You feel me? People was talking about his pants or his boot cut pants or whatever he had on, his bell bottom pants. When you look up bell bottoms, in the 60s, they represent it like a rebellious spirit. So a rebel, if you will. You feel me? Somebody that's, you know, moving on his own accord and doing his own thing. So Kendrick, you know, put down this outfit. Even he had on the Deion Sanders, right? Deion Sanders is a person who moves on his own accord, does his own thing. You feel me? And that doing your own thing is all a representation of your creative spirit. Creativity is what's going to move you in 2025 and beyond. You have to be putting something down. I don't give a fuck if Nobody ever sees it. It's good for your soul to create. That's why you see all these YouTubers and people now, because that's creating, right? You can write stuff and you'll still be in creation mode. Singing is creation, art, right? All of this stuff, making things, you feel me? So your godhood is essentially your creative sphere if you're in your creative bag. And that's how spirit moves through you. You feel me? Spirit's going to move through you through creativity. Creativity, the end, the end, the end. So I want to encourage the family to, move into that space of creativity. And Gloria simply means glorious or glory. It says Gloria is the angelicalized form of the Latin feminine given name Gloria, meaning immortal glory, fame, renowned, praise, honor. Gloria, name of Latin origin that means call on God or glory. So essentially, he's using that name Gloria to say, I'm channeling through this penmanship to bring forth an idea to express in the form of rap. And nigga, all Drake had to do was just ignore, nigga. That nigga just had to ignore that nigga's pen. On that Like That song, all he had to do was ignore. It wasn't even that deep. Nigga said, man, fuck the big three, nigga. It's the big me, nigga. Bomb. Drake said, oh shit. That nigga talking about me. Fuck that. I'm coming for him. Instigator started getting to him. Yeah, Drake, you ain't gonna fuck with K-Dot. You better stay away. Drake said, who, me? I was proud of Drake because shit, he seen Kendrick, he understand his rap game and shit. So I was proud of him for, getting out there and fight. Hey, if you're gonna lose. But don't go tell the principal when you get your ass beat. God damn. That nigga said, fuck it, I'm gonna tell the principal, I'm gonna tell the assistant principal. Where is the matter of fact, let me bring my mama up here so I can sue y'all. God damn, that's why, oh shit, that's why Kendrick got on that varsity jacket. Ha! Say, dog, that nigga said, fuck it, I'm suing. And you best believe the lawsuits are still gonna come. Cause that nigga is not done. Trust and believe. So understand that Gloria song or this jacket was just definitely telling you or signaling to you that, hey, look, nigga, we got to get in our creative bag. You feel me? We need to get in our creative bag heavy. Listen to me, family. They're talking about jobs are going away in about 50 in shit 5. Let's say 5 years. What they said, 2030. Okay. So then you just got to foresee, right? What you can do to express yourself to attract the energy to you. Because at the end of the day, if jobs do go away and they start giving you that, what they call it, the CBDCs or whatever they trying to call it, universal basic income, right? That Wayne Chandler was talking about. Then if they give you that universal basic income and say, no, you got to stay in this square and only this square. That might be cool for some people, but then it's still a project that's happening and still an experiment that's happening on you. See, look, in the what year was that? 1980s, when they introduced welfare to the Black community. Right before they introduced welfare, it was a 2-parent household. a mom, a dad, and the children, right? 88% of black families was two-parent household. Right when they introduced welfare in the 1980s, that shit went from 88% to 21% single moms, just so the government could assist and give you these benefits or whatever, right? So there is no such thing as a free lunch. There's some kind of project that they're going to do, even with the universal basic income. Trust and believe. You know, you ain't never seen them give you no free lunch. So there's a project behind it, some way, somehow. You feel me? Hell, we was trying to give, the Black Panthers was trying to give free lunch to the community, to the hood, and they stopped that shit because they wanted to give them they wanted to give the kids a certain type of food to stimulate them in a certain type of way. Why can't we give out free food? Nah, nigga. Oh, only us. Our shit, and that shit used to be nasty. You remember that breakfast pizza shit? Oh, shit. What? Y'all know I play. I was on that free lunch too. Quit playing. You feel me? I know. Because you was sitting right next to me with that free lunch card. Yeah. Now, after a while, I told my mama, I said, hey, look, I can't even do the free lunch no more. I'm sorry. We're going to have to come up with this $5 a day. And sure enough, like a magician, like a magic, my mama did. Beautiful, dog. I love my mama, boy. What? She came up with that $5 a day, boy. Because it was like, nah, ma, this shit ain't even happening, dog. I know we on this free lunch thing, but you got to make it happen for your boy. Okay, I got you, baby. Let me just give me a minute. Let me figure it out. And when I got older and I started receiving them checks from, because you know they was giving you a check if your dad transitioned. So my dad transitioned when I was 2. So my mama was receiving like a Social Security check or something every month. I said, hey, fuck it, you made the magic happen regardless. You feel me? I ain't mad at you, for real. So yeah, that's important. And the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. This is a perfect book, or a perfect explanation of what's going on in this specific time and what you want to do. See, look, when you receive these channels and downloads, you want to understand to the core that those are important messages for you, maybe later on down the line, or right now, or you know, right now in that moment. So you want to write whatever comes to you, and don't judge yourself about it. Just put it down. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you don't know what that thing is going to bring forth and how it's going to manifest into something material, if you will. You want to write, and you want to stay in your writing mode, because essentially, even just small, quick ideas, right? That's how the world is working. That's how people are moving. It says the pen is mightier than the sword is an expression indicating that the written word is more effective than violence as a means of social or political change. That's K. Dot. This sentiment has been expressed with metaphorical contrasts of writing implements and weapons for thousands of years. The specific wording that the pen is mightier than the sword was first used by English author Edward Buller. So this is the same thing with the art of war I did with Sun Tzu, right? When you're writing, you're basically in the chaos mode or the potential mode to understand something that you want to see come forth. So now it's very important to write and stay in your writing mode, because again, just like Kendrick, right, in that interview that he had, he was like, he was like, yeah, basically, me and my team, PJ Lane, right? We come up with all this creative ideas to spark the mind, to hit the mind in a certain way. Check this out. Hold on, let me show y'all this real quick. So remember Kendrick Lamar, he's always been a messenger, if you will, right? So that should tell you who the God is as a God. Let me show y'all this real quick. Remember when he did this? He got real political with the Trayvon Martin and just, understanding where the black plight was. You feel me? And that's his whole career, is being a messenger, right? Making a message out of his music. So you can't even think about it like the Super Bowl. It's all of his performances. He's bringing forth a certain message to spark the minds of black men, black females, and just the culture of melanated beings.
I'm African-American, I'm African, I'm black as the moon. Heritage of a small village, part of my residence. On February 26, I lost my life too. 2012 was taken for the world to see. Set us back another 400 years.
So you can see he's doing it all the time. You feel me? He's doing it over and over and over again in these performances. And it's just essentially just bringing forth the message, which is important. You feel me? It's important for people to have the messages because, it's each one teach one. You got to pass this information down from what you learned in your culture. Right? Because that's all he's saying is, look, Drake, you didn't go through what I went through. You didn't nigga knock. You wasn't locked in at the Z, the skating ring, the Z. Y'all remember them lock-ins? Yeah. You feel me? You didn't shoot dice. You didn't get in the street fights outside. You feel me? You didn't do none of the shit we did. Right? You didn't have to stand on the corner selling drugs. You see, that's what I'm saying. So he's speaking to a large population of people that, like, I bet you Drake don't even know how to play spades, boy. I bet. See, how much you want to bet this nigga Drake doesn't know how to play dominoes? So he can't speak. So then Kendrick is offended. And he's like, nigga, I'm actually putting pen to paper of a message that I went through, that I've been through, and this ain't no fairy tale shit. I'm sitting here putting my heart and soul into this bitch, and you sitting here writing some imaginary shit, or somebody else is writing it for you. And you think I'm gonna just keep on letting that fly when people are bigging you up as the biggest, grandest thing in this thing? You're gonna have to see me outside, baby. 3:00. Meet me at the flagpole. Straight up and down. And see, that's important for niggas to check these goofy ass people. Now look, Drake, he makes good music and he is creative in his own right. So I don't want to just sit on the guy like that. But I can see where Kendrick is coming from. Like, look, dog, this is bigger than the glamour. So I'm gonna have to take you down. And it's not even about you, Drake. You just the front face of the glamour. So I gotta just destroy you and your whole image just based off of you feeding my people an idea that doesn't serve you. So then then you can see how people quickly flip on Drake so quick because they start to realize, wait a minute, yeah, they not like us. They not like us. See, that song right there was a channeled spiritual message for people to really embrace the culture that you grew up in and then rise to the occasion of godhood. Now you got to remember, we're all in different cultures because I'm a screwhead, so I'm screwed to the death. You feel me? Like my shit is just screwing and chop my whole world. So I started really listening to like regular music, maybe like 19, like where it wasn't screwed. You feel me? That's probably why I talk slow now. Shit. So Cali has a culture, us in the H, Floridians, New York. New York, they got that tough guy. I ain't fucking with nobody. See, we down south, we Southern hospitality, Atlanta, the H, baby. We real player style. You feel me? Chicago with the pimps, that pimp culture, all my Chicago heads. You feel me? Cali, say Cali, y'all niggas just a little different, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. They kind of proper. So shit. The niggas got some good education somewhere. God damn. Cali, hey, I'm talking to all my Cali people. What's up, y'all? Hey, what's the deal, family? I see y'all in here. All my Cali people, my nigga, we in college and you know how we scoring and shit. And my nigga Lil B, he put me on Bobby Hemming when we was 18 and shit because he had the tapes or whatever. So I used to watch the Bobby Hemming tapes with him or whatever, right? A nigga Lil B, funny ass nigga though, small than a bitch, probably as short as Kendrick, probably shorter than that, right? Anyway, we had a big ass nigga, 6'8" on our basketball team, 6'9". Big Mike was like 6'9". He was 6'9", big, right? But funny too, you know what I'm saying? Them two used to get together and just score, and like a crowd of people would be watching. And we all would be watching. They were scoring cap on each other like crazy. You feel me? This nigga Lil B said the funniest joke. Niggas started running and going crazy. This nigga said, nah, you got them Cali jokes. You got like that proper joke. He said, your jokes is like, look at his outfit. He got it from Nordstrom. Oh, niggas was dying, boy. This nigga, he said, dog, y'all Cali niggas is just different. I don't know how to explain it. Cali, y'all jokes and y'all scoring ability is like money is different to you. You know what I'm saying? You score on niggas because they have a 2-car garage. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Nigga, the whole campus was running, nigga. That shit was crazy, boy. Them Cali niggas is proper too. You can hear it in their voice. They just a little bit more dangerous with it. You feel me? They got their clear vernacular and all of that stuff. Damn, I wish there's some funny people I met in my life, boy. If I could bring this nigga Big Mike on, y'all nigga, that nigga should have been a comedian for real. Because all of his jokes was clear, proper English, but they were funny on some hood shit. You feel me? I can't even do the Cali voice, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So understand to the core, right? Our cultures are very important to all of us, and we just got to be able to understand that, pressure makes a diamond. And some of that stuff that we grew up in was actually transforming us into gods, goddesses. You feel me? But we have to be able to see that and understand that to the core. Like, it's not a bad thing that you went through a certain struggle. It's actually a good thing because that's what people are attracted to anyway. You feel me? Look at them niggas overseas. What's them dude's name? Idris Elba and them. Damson Idris. What's the dude name off of BMF? And he did the Supercell. That nigga. The Aaron Pierre nigga that all these females like it now. They all from England. Them niggas had to learn how to speak hood black ebonics based off of they was attracted to the energy we exuded, because what? Pressure in the hood makes a diamond. It's the rose out of concrete, baby. You a rose. So, I want to encourage the family to understand that, hey, you've been through some things, cool, but you going through that thing is just making you that much more of a gem. A beautiful gem, a precious gem, a sacred gem. And that's what Kendrick is expressing to the family. He's like, look, hey, there's nothing like us, baby. We a different kind of being over here. We've been put to the test. Yeah, it might have been by design, but guess what? We rose to the occasion, and now you can see monsters coming out to play. So I want you to zoom out and look at your story as that too, right? What kind of struggles or hardship, if you will, that you went through as a child, right? In your lower three chakras from 0 to 21, because remember, that's the root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra. That's your prime years of being developed. What kind of struggles have you went through that cultivated your identity, right? And now that cultivation of your identity is actually something that you have to express out here in this third dimension to give more people life, give more people light. You feel me? Especially the younger generation. Very, very important to express yourself during these specific times. Write that shit down. Whatever it might be, write that shit down. What my bro guy Lamar said, he said he getting channeled most definitely, and I don't think people are understanding. Read Kendrick. Yeah, he is getting channels. And then look, I don't know. I think that's an agenda. Whatever these people are saying, like, oh, it's such a bad performance. I'm like, what? Who's saying? I'm trying. I only see people bigging it up. I don't see nobody saying, "Oh my God, that was horrible." So whenever you see that, those are bots, or those are Drake's bots that's saying, "Fuck it, we gotta put into the lexicon of this thing that shit was trash." Because I'm for the damn to me. Even white people are bigging that shit up. That's why I'm confused. I'm like, who is? You seen Snoop? Snoop done cut all ties with Drake after he said what he said. That's basically saying, like, nigga, fuck that nigga Drake. That nigga Jamie Foxx on camera with his family saying they not like us. They not like us. I was like, oh, these boys going for theirs. They cutting all ties with Drake. Drake might as well stay overseas or go back to Canada or something. And you know, there's some of them people that's still trying to hold it down and shit like that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, majority rules. And niggas are saying, like, that's a classic Super Bowl presentation that he made, and it might be top 5 ever. You feel me? Because at the same time, at the end of the day, he did that shit. So yeah, family, want the family to understand that the pen is causing havoc. It's the potential. And just like you see Trump with his pen, he's causing havoc, and he's in the potential of changing America for the better. Make America great again. Remember, you have to have destruction in order to build something up. You can't keep a sky tower there and then think you're going to put a building on top of it and then everybody's going to get to it. No, you got to tear that old sky tower down to create a new. So whatever Trump is doing, it's all good. All of it is good for you. And you got to be able to mentally say that to yourself anyway. Because at the end of the day, there's no other way around it but to embrace the chaos and say, oh, okay, this is working out for me. And then as you're saying that, spirit is going to guide you and move you into spaces and places that put you in the winning situations. So now that we know that Kendrick is in love with his pen and that's his major thing, go check that Gloria album out again, or that Gloria song again. That would mean that he is the god Tahuti. Tahuti. I'm going to read Tahuti's thing from this book, Encyclopedia of Spirits, Judica Ilks. Everybody should have it. You feel me? This is where you get all your codes from to change your energy signatures. And remember, your energy is what moves you, right? In spirit, inspiration is what moves you. It says, Tahuti, thought is primeval. He is from before creation. In some Egyptian myths, thought is the supreme creator. He created himself by speaking his own name. Even when he is not supreme creator, thought still does his fair share of creating. So in them first three sentences, you just hear creating, creation, creator, creating. So everybody has Tahuti in them. You feel me? And understand that you just need to be able to turn on this light bulb by what? Using your pen. Don't run away from writing because the teacher tried to play you and said, nah, this ain't good enough. You just wasn't ready to write, but now you are ready to write. Put something down for yourself, because again, it's going to help bring forth the manifestation from the fourth dimension to the third dimension right when it's on the paper. And then the paper or the pen will bring it to life, or pencil. Thought invented writing, gambling, stargazing, engineering, geometry, botany, medicine, mathematics, and magical spells. That's casting spells when you're writing as well. He is the founder of alchemy and is the author, according to the Egyptian myth, of the world's very first book called the Book of Thought, a collection of magical spells and rituals so powerful that it had to be hidden away. Thought taught veneration of the spirits. So Tahuti taught veneration of the spirits. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about invoking spirits or even evoking spirits. We're talking about the energy signature. Remember, these gods and goddesses are not real. They're not alive. Their energy, well, they are alive in the fourth dimension, but they're not alive in the third dimensional space that we're in. This physical space that we're in, that's an illusion. So you can pull them from the fourth dimension, which is your mind, to create energy, invisible, which is energy, to move in a specific manner in this world. So when I invoked certain deities and entities, my energy changed, my whole demeanor changed, my personality changed. And then I became the person that I needed to be able to manifest the life that I want. So you want to really understand that invocation is very, very important. Very important. Thought is created with writing, some of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Book of Going Forth by Day. Thought is Ra's right-hand man. Without thought, Isis and her siblings would never have been born. So without thought, Aset, which is magic, and Osiris and Nephthys and them would have never been born, and Anubis would have never been born. It says, thought, a master magician, taught Aset everything he knew. So Tahuti taught a master magician, taught Offset everything he knew. So that's the same. So go back and look at the Lion King if you need reference of it as well. The monkey, the whatever the monkey's name was, he was Tahuti, right? And he was teaching the lions, the other lions, and Nyla, specific lessons to move as a magician. You feel me? Especially when you see that. I should have decoded that. What was it called? It was called No, it's called Scar. Yeah, the new Mufasa. No, it was Mufasa. Yeah, that one. Should have decoded that one because that's actually an important movie to understand. Very, very important. Almost as important as the Lion King, the first Lion King. So I was surprised when I watched it and I said, oh, that Mufasa is absolutely a gem. Go watch it. It's on the free website. You can watch it on the free website if you can't get it nowhere else. Nigga, that hoe is important to watch because it'll shift your mind into understanding who Set is and who Scar is, which I told y'all it was the ability to stand up for yourself or be confident and self-esteem. You feel me? You can't do one without the other. So you can't become Heru if you don't believe in yourself. That's just not how this thing is going to go. It says, she is perhaps the only one who surpasses his magical knowledge. Although according to myths, even Isis still needs his assistance and advice once in a while. Tahuti is kind, benevolent, patient, wise, and generous. That's Kendrick all the way. Kind, benevolent, patient. He definitely is patient, wise, and generous. You feel me? He is what is considered a cool deity. Shit, I'm Tahuti too. Shit, cool in a motherfucker. Cool in the fan, baby. You feel me? He comes and soothes impassioned situations. In one legend, only Thought can safely subdue a ramping goddess threatened to destroy Earth. That's Drake. Ha! I gotta get off of Drake. I gotta let me get off of this nigga, man. Why y'all doing me like that, dog? What's going on with this boy? God damn. Hold on, let me read that again. Tahuti can safely subdue a rampaging goddess threatening to destroy Earth. So look, I told y'all Drake represented that simp pimp energy when I told y'all them past albums, and he was simping and trying to pimp and shit. So he has this specific vibration, but see, that's why he keep on getting played to the left, dog. I'm telling you, Monsters is gonna fuck with him, right? I used to train Johnny Blaze. She a monster. She not gonna. She see that nigga. She looking like a deer in the headlights. She's I got me one, coach. Got him, coach. She seen that shit from a mile away. You feel me? Oh, got me one. Got him. She trust me, nigga, that she got the bag off of trust. I know, because she's smart like that. All kind of smart, play the piano and all this other stuff, right? Her name is Jazapel. I didn't know her as Johnny, but I did when she started becoming famous and shit. Got him quick. You feel me? You probably seen that nigga coming. And she know how to work what she got. She was like, yes, sir. Watch this. Because, they got seductress out here that's just about moving niggas and putting them to the test. You feel me? It's like the athlete that never, it's like Zion Williamson. Remember when he came to the league? females was like, oh shit, we got one, coach. You feel me? They was ready. That nigga had on them pants and shit, looking crazy, boy. See, look, I just seen this video that said they got a study on black females, a class in college on black females, study on black females. Now that's, hey, y'all know that's the magic, baby. You feel me? Y'all remember the show, what was that show called with the black goddess? The gods show, when they had the gods and stuff, and the black goddess was sucking up all them niggas in a whole different way. Damn, I can't remember the name of it, but that hoe. As befitting a shaman, thought lives in many realms at once. So he lives in all the realms. You feel me? Fifth dimensional light being, because he's the all. Fourth dimensional, which is thinking, ideas, inspiration, right? Which is the writing. And then also third dimension, which is to be able to maneuver through this world in a specific way of thought. You feel me? He travels among the living, teaching his magical skills. He serves as an official scribe in the Hall of the Dead. He rides in the solar bark beside Ra, and thus lives in the realm of spirits. The English name Thought is based on the Greek pronunciation of the Egyptian Tahuti. His name is related to the Egyptian words indicating moon, measure, ibis, and crystal. So that crystal is important because you're crystallizing information too as well. So you remember when they say, or how they say LLCs are its own entities. That's what this thing is. You're creating entities, magical entities, when you bring forth stuff or you write stuff into existence. So everybody should have something down that they want to see manifest in this particular third dimension based off of expression, not writing down, I want a big ass house. That shit, that's not what we're talking about, family. We're talking about you carrying out a specific adventure that you can express to the world in the form of your creative genius. And only you can find out what that is, you feel me? Because it's in your heart, right? So that expression can be, you know, it can be writing a book, it can be making art, it can be drawing, like if you're a good drawer or whatever, you know, it could be doing stuff on the computer, it could be helping somebody else with their business and bringing it to light, you feel me? You can be an assistant of that nature, right? Like Sachet, the goddess Sachet, she's a helper. She's Tahuti's consort, but she's also a helper too. And Tahuti's other consort is Mayat, which is bringing it back to the middle. So when you even think about the throat chakra, which is expression, right? Remember, your throat chakra is between your heart and your first eye. So there's something in your heart that you have to be able to express from the throat chakra that you can see in your mind's eye as well. And it's up to you to really channel in and hone into that. Because once you get past the heart chakra, right, now you're in the spirit realm. So your lower three chakras is you being in survival mode, the human. Just really judging yourself and your look and shit. Always worried about how you're going to pay your bills and all of that, right? In the root chakra. Self-confidence is shot in the solar plexus, right? Which is nothing to, you see, you don't want to skip the steps. You need to do that work because that work is important for your being, right? How you're walking and carrying yourself on this earth is very, very important to you, for you. Because then once you get past that, now you're able to express your Christ consciousness thinking in the form of creativity in this third dimension. So, hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is, family. There's no other way around it. You came down here to express and be creative and see if you can make something out of this clay that we're on. And that's just you molding an idea and taking care of it and bringing forth it patiently with power. It says in Neil Diamond's novel American Gods, Mr. Ives runs a funeral parlor with his partner, Mr. Jekyll. Neil Diamond is coming. They got the Sandman 2 coming out, and they said they not picking it back up. So don't worry, that shit will be decoded. Favored people: scribes, secretaries, authors, magicians, shamans, sorcerers, witches, alchemists, occultists, librarians. Okay, so favored people are you. You're all of these things. You feel me? Because you have to be a secretary for your own work. You have to write. A scribe is you writing. An author is you being the authority of your world. Let me see if I can find that author in this book, because we just read it in this 50th Thought, and I think it will help a lot of people. Essentially, what it was saying was the authority. 50 was basically saying you being an authority is you being an author in your world. So as an author or as an authoritative figure, right, you can crash and burn every single thing because you're the author of your world, and you know you can be able to bring it back. You can bring it forth back. You feel me? I wish I knew what page that was on, because that was really good, and I know it'll help the family. But don't worry, we did it in in the Patreon. So y'all go check that out and just listen to what we have put down, because I think it's in the Dream Current when we did it. It says, in his disguise as patron of scribes, Thought has an ibis head. As a master magician, he manifests as a baboon. Although ibis and baboon are his most common forms, Thought is a master shapeshifter. He could be anything or anyone. Attributes: ink pot, palette, ankh, and scepter. So get you an ankh, get you a pen with some paper, right? And you are in your Tahuti wisdom, your thought wisdom, right? Consorts, Ma'at, and Sashet are identified as Thought's wives. Spirit allies: Hathor, Ma'at, Isis, Sashet. Planet, moon, days, Thought's rule the equinoxes, so he's all the days, shit. Bird, ibis. Animal, baboon. Color, white. Sacred sites: his primary shrine was in Kimunu, renamed Hermopolis by Greeks. He also had an important shrine in the holy city Abydos, as well as others throughout Egypt. So yeah, Kendrick K. Dot is definitely Tahuti in the way he expresses his truth by putting pen to paper and then making it happen in these performances that actually gives people light and information, the spiritual people that know light and information that helps them along their journey. So when he did that whole Trayvon Martin performance, he was just basically making a statement and a understanding, saying, hey, look, we're going to be all right, blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, they got us in shackles, but they can't hold us down. We're going to break free of these shackles. You feel me? It's all symbolic. Remember, symbols are your first and native language. So you got to remember that to the core. Like, there's nothing else but symbols. And he can understand that more than ever, because that's what he does when he puts it in his music videos, in his performances, and so on and so forth. Because again, if you tell them straight out, then the enemy will know. So only a few people are going to get it. So yeah, maybe a lot of people don't get it, which I don't understand how they don't get this Kendrick performance. It's actually clear as day. He's saying you're in a game, break out of the game. You feel me? and maneuver in this game or observe this game accordingly. And don't let Uncle Sam dictate how you move, because he's trying to put you in war with yourself. So you want to be able to understand that to the core and appreciate yourself in that kind of light. Another aspect of it, oh, well, let me see real quick. Y'all leave me some questions, family. Leave me some questions. Can I share a dark truth? When I was in high school, my friend at that time was to go a Muggly Street, and who did we encounter Drake, and because I wasn't a fan of his, skipped him, and now I understand. Hey, yeah, that's fly. Oh, shit. We don't worship none of these celebrities, you feel me? Yeah, the Sandman was my shit, April. I can't wait till that come back out. I fell out, some will learn, and some will burn. Worship false gods is a mockery. Jesus is a jealous God. Watch. Okay, I guess they stuck in the game. That's why they think it's real. Yep, that's right. Tie this straight up and down. Yeah, Queen Sheba. Yeah, that's who it was. Sheba in American Gods. That's what it was. Yep. Appreciate that, Victor. So understand to the core, right, that we want to make sure that we know that if we put pen to pan, we're in our magical work. Writing is a magic spell you cast. So don't take them ideas lightly, even your dreams. You know, let me see what I got in my damn phone. You know, some of these dreams, you be like, God damn. You write some of those down, you be like, man, what the hell? Uncle Sam, what? Oh, dream in the house. Oh, yeah, that's when I was dehydrated. I had a dream I was dehydrated in a big-ass house that was like a land. Thirsty as hell. I had to woke up and give me some water. Tripping. There was some more clues in there, too, but it was all of that. Understand this to the core, right? Whenever you're writing and putting this stuff down on paper, it's going to come forth in third dimensional energy just based off of you inspiring to be that or being an inspiration for it. You feel me? And then that goes for the same thing as creating your own words or being mindful of your words. Words cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Words are energy. Use it wisely. So use your words wisely from your throat chakra and speak positivity to yourself all the time. Bringing your words also to the third dimension and expressing yourself. So when Kendrick is writing them raps, right, he's trying to be clear as day to express it through his throat chakra, even with his annotations and his fun verbiage that he's doing. What's the name of the book you were reading? This is called the Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Ilks. It's just a god. It's all the gods in the book. Another god I thought about for Kendrick was Obatala. So let's see what Obatala has to bring to the table, shall we? Obatala, because you know he's always in that Jesus garb, and I think he's like a Hebrew Israelite, if I'm not mistaken. And that would make sense for him to go against Drake because Drake is the Jewish, right? He's in the Jewish thing. So Hebrew Israelites and Jews, they have a, they're really fighting for no reason, because if they, guess they fighting for the color. Which don't make no sense, because even just being honest, I think a Caucasian person should say, okay, this is all black, fuck it. Now, if you don't want to worship a black man, then hey, it is what it is. But you're gonna have to step back and just understand to the core, everything starts with black, and don't beat yourself up because you're Caucasian. Just tell yourself you're black inside. You're melanin inside. You came back as a Caucasian man. That's what they should tell themselves, because at the end of the day, you can't do nothing about it. See, that's some kind of benign flirt. You just trying to be all the way And if I was white, I would be out here saying, "No, this is all black people shit." No, I probably would hold that shit. I don't know, shit. Just speak truth to power, shit. You feel me? God damn. That's why they got to keep you a slave so you don't rise up and be on your shit. You remember Obatala is the god, the black god in the Yoruba Orisha mythology, and he is he's kind of like a Jesus figure, if you will. You feel me? All white robes and shit like that. Remember when you go to them botanicas and they always had them Obatala statues. All of them. It's just all Obatala. Like, damn, man, I don't got no Shango or no no Ogun in this bitch. God damn, they got Jesus and Obatala. That's the only two You be like, God damn, all right, well, guess I get my stuff from somewhere else. Obatala, Orisha of creation and healing. There go the creation word again. Creation and healing, which is Kendrick, he heals, is the calm, cool spirit of serenity. There we go again, calm and cool. A peacemaker and lawgiver. Shit, this nigga might be Obatala more than goddamn Tahuti. Goddamn. Obatala is the just judge, a spirit of righteousness, kindness, and justice. Matter of fact, this nigga is Obatala. The fuck I'm talking about. I should have known he was Obatala. This sound better than the goddamn Tahuti. God damn. He is gentle, wise, and incredibly patient. And they could be the same energy stream as well. You feel me? Obatala was entrusted with crafting human bodies. The supreme creator breathing life into the forms Obatala crafts. The central tragedy of Obatala's myth is that once, having drunk too much palm wine, Obatala either became careless or overly creative. He began crap. That's Kendrick. Because, he can get in his bag and start spewing out some stuff where he feels this fight within himself. Because it's not talking about the wine. The wine is basically in your blood of the demiurge energy. You feel me? So that when they say drink from the blood or they give you that wine or whatever, they're essentially just saying your blood is making you feel like almost rebelling or making havoc, chaos, or destroying or messing stuff up. You feel me? In times to time. Because don't be wrong, you got some demiurge energy in you. You feel me? Like, you be thinking them wild thoughts and stuff, right? He began crafting images that did not exactly correspond to the blueprint the creator gave him. Obatala invented blindness and various birth defects. In consequence, Obatala's priests and devotees never drink palm wine, so they never drunk from the wine again. Obatala is responsible for the well-being of those considered his children, albinos. Drake, the blind, the lame. See, they got lame in this book. Damn, the lames. Okay. Or mute, and those possessing anything classified as a birth defect, whether visible or not. Obatala is present in cool white substances. Obatala owns everything white, including bones. The following contains his essence. So remember, when you talk about white, you're talking about purity, and we're actually the white ones, if you will. You feel me? Because the black is just lack or void of color. So white is the purity. So that's actually referring to us symbolically, right? We're the white chosen ones, right? I'm not shitting on nobody white. Just listen to what I'm saying. It's not about you. It's just about the information, and that's how this thing rolls. You feel me? Because honestly, I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you what the book says. All these books says. They're just telling you straight up what time it is. And you just got to appreciate where you at. It says you can use Cascarilla powder, powdered white eggshells for magical and ritual use. Cocoa butter, cotton. Uh-oh, you know that's picking cotton, that's us, huh? Kaolin clay, shea butter, snail slime, the moisture trail left by snails, pure white cloth. So pure white cloth is what you want to go with if you're dealing with Obatala. Obatala encourages his devotees to maintain their cool just like he does. That's Kendrick. He maintains his cool like a motherfucker. He favors those who are calm and collected, or at least striving to be. Bad tempers, rude outbursts, impatience, and unpleasant attitudes tend to distance themselves. Okay, so if you want to get these ignorant, rude, low vibrational people away from you, you fuck with Obatala. Yes, God, yes. Fuck with Obatala. If you want to fuck with Obatala, dress up in all white. Get your white robe in this bitch. And then go to work. You feel me? We'll get you a white cloth and keep it on your person. Keep it in your pocket. You feel me? Just carry that white cloth, put it in your backpack, whatever you have to do to touch it. You feel me? And symbolically, that will represent Obatala from keeping these low vibrational people away from you. And then your mind will start pushing you into different directions, or you start moving in a different stream and stuff. You feel me? Obatala is invoked to help with anger and rage management by those who are sincere. It says he'll know too. So Obatala is invoked to help with anger and rage management by those who are sincere, those who really want to get that work. Obatala is also invoked to calm tempers and situations so that clear-headed judgments may be formed or obtained. Hey, channels. That's what we're talking about, baby. Obatala. Obatala is invoked for favorable legal judgments and help with legal matters. We was just talking about that, the legal matters. You feel me? We was just talking about that in one of them lives when I was giving the God some legal matters advice. So deal with Obatala if you're trying to get your legal matters in hand. You feel me? Ask him to encourage others, like judges, to consider you with mercy and compassion. He is invoked to calm those who are angry with you, especially dangerous people. Obatala is synchronized to Jesus Christ. Yeah, so this nigga basically is Obatala shit. Manifestation. Obatala is usually envisioned as an androgynous being with long white hair, wearing pure white garments. Color white, animals, white elephants or snails. So get you a white elephant image, put it around your house, put it in this place where you need that calm serenity energy. Might be your living room, whatever. Birds, white doves, right? Get you a white dove picture and put that up. You feel me? See, look, when you're decorating your home, you got to think about these images as energy as well. So you want to understand the symbolic representation of the symbol that is expressing, not just because, oh, this will look nice in my house. No, it's every symbol you see in our house, in our living room, in our magic room especially, and in our bed, everywhere shit. There's a symbolic energy signature to it and why it's there. It's not just there for decorations. You feel me? So there's something to it that brings forth a certain level of energy into the home. Metals, silver and white metals, white gold, platinum, titanium. I'm about to get me a grill with straight platinum grill, baby, top and bottom. Obatala. Straight up and down. Nigga, we in the dorm room or whatever. right? And shit, we had grills and shit out. We fly and shit, you know what I'm saying? Cali, speaking of Cali again, my nigga Drano, this nigga from Cali, Drano, crazy Cali nigga, 6'4", big, big nigga and shit, you feel me? He used to represent Cali so tough, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, he thought it was all hood and shit and all this other stuff, right? So, us from the South, we like, nigga, your voice is too proper for us anyway, nigga. You get your goofy ass anyway. Anyway, long story short, my nigga D Knight, this nigga went to his dorm room and seen a picture with his Cali partners. Oh my God, we was stuck. So look, he brought the picture to the room. We in the room playing the game. He brought the picture to our room. We in the room playing the game and shit. Drano on the game. This nigga D Knight put this picture. He said, "This your homeboys?" He threw it on the thing, and I think he was from Pasadena. That's crazy. I think he was from Dina or whatever. He threw it on. He threw it on the table. It's like 7 of us in that bitch. Nigga, the picture had him looking cool, whatever. He was looking crazy. Had an Asian kid on there, a white boy on that bitch, another white boy on that bitch, and a Hispanic kid and one other black guy. Nigga was dead gone because he used to be like, nigga, we the hood is Cali, you can't do that. We seen that picture with his goddamn whatever. I guess he was used to do what that dance or whatever, right? I said, this nigga crazy as hell. Anyway, this nigga Drano got so mad because we was laughing so hard. The niggas from the South, we laugh at shit like that. You feel me? We go super hard on laughing like that. That nigga got up and said, "Hey, blood." That nigga ran at my nigga D Knight. That nigga grill fell out. Oh. And then he started trying to swing at everybody. Meanwhile, I'm 6'4", so he ain't swinging at me. But I'm trying to grab him because, I'm the only other big nigga that can really calm this nigga down. So that picture was so funny. Y'all Cali niggas got us fucked up. I ain't saying nothing about the race. I'm just saying that kind of looks some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking down on white people and shit. I got a friend, he white, best friend that was white. You feel me? He kind of hood though. He's like a black dude. He rhymes you a Paul Wall or something. He white. So you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't tripping on that race shit, but that picture that he had, looking like he was a goddamn in a kung fu club or whatever. Oh my God, we was laughing too damn hard, boy. That shit was a crazy day, nigga. That nigga was getting mad. He started crying and shit. My nigga Drano, shout out to my nigga, dog. Obatala lives atop mountain peaks, especially those awaited, always dusted with white snow. Offerings may be delivered to him there. Obatala drinks water, milk, and coconut milk. Do not give him palm wine. He accepts white rice, coconuts, bananas, white bread, white cornbread, white sugar, and white flowers. Extravagant offerings include charms or jewelry crafted from some of his more expensive metals. Okay, so if you want to deal with Obatala and his energy signature, go to one of them botanicas, you feel me? Because this does sound like Kendrick now that I'm reading it, even though there ain't a writing in it, but he's still a creator. Because, Kendrick has that spirit of he wants to help the people and shit. So, he has that I gotta save my people type of energy, right? Without saying it, he just wants to be in the space of I'm Jesus. So he got that Obatala and Tahuti energy. You feel me? And that's what it is with the God. So again, I want to encourage, yeah, that's what it is, Titus, the crump dancing people. Or them what's the god? Break dancing. That's what them niggas look like. A break dancing group. They had on bandanas and everything. We was stuck. And you gotta think, you know, us in the South, we don't have friends like that. It's just be one race and shit. You feel me? Nigga, we seen that picture, boy. We lost it, nigga. Like that, you know, it's just being, you know, kid, you know, 19, 20. We all from the hood and shit. You see a picture like that, this nigga been talking all that big fly shit about Cali for the longest. Nigga, we lost it, boy. And Cali is multicultural like that and shit. You know what I'm saying? So don't let them Cali niggas fool you. K-Dot probably got a whole bunch of white friends and shit. He just stabbing at Drake. Ha. Yes, sir, family. I want to encourage y'all again, though, to just start writing. Put it down in the third dimension by writing. Don't beat yourself up. Just write it down because it's going to come into this third dimension by you writing it. You feel me? And the more you write, the more the manifestation will come online. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. I love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Until next time, book club tomorrow, Patreon family. We're going to dive deeper into the, oh, shit. And then, I ain't going to even lie. We in the heart chakra tomorrow in the book club, Patreon family. So just understand to the core, we about to get real deep. So be there at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Be on time. Be on time. Love and appreciate y'all, family. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.